We are going to attempt this. I'm in my kitchen, needless to say. I have chicken soup on the stove. I hear the temperature is supposed to drop tomorrow night. It has been so miserably warm again in St. Louis, Missouri. It was like, I think, almost 90 degrees today. It is October 17th. I always like to give the date. I'm Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, artist, writer, speaker, life and business coach, teach a variety of art classes, personal development classes, published author, When He Had Her. And I felt like I needed something really good for my inners. Have not been feeling good at all. But I really kind of account that to the job and dealing with people. It's been a week. It's been the last couple weeks. Feeling very old. Trying to figure out this Medicare thing, which I think is the biggest scam I've ever seen. And then if I could pull Roosevelt out of the grave to ask him what was he thinking when he put this all together, because it's an absolute joke. Last week I painted a picture, and I don't know if you saw any of my shorts, but one of the classes that I will be teaching, if you're interested. Group class, $45. I bring the supplies. Actually, you can pick your theme. I have several holiday themes. And I know we're only October 17th, but I feel like I need some joy. I need some merriment. I need something that is going to elate my life, because whatever is happening in the atmosphere, not digging it at all. I'm going to tell you how my day started out. And I know the dogs knocked down the gate over there. Hang on. Get out of there. Get out of there. Forever. They are a menace right now. Let me tell you how my day started. Got up early. Got up really early this morning because I had a whole day all planned. My plan was, I'm going to get up, get myself together, run to the thrift store, run to the antique mall that's just, around the corner in my neck of the woods. Don't know what I'm looking for. Don't really even need anything. Decided, I was going to maybe purchase some things that are in my Amazon cart before the Amazon cart gets to be like $1,005,000. But anyway, go to let the dog out. All four of the dogs, needless to say. And I see Shug, my Aussie hound. I see Lola, my all-white boxer pit. I see Frances Bean, my little staffy, hold 20 pounds of her. And I'm like, where's Hank? Where is Hank? Where's my bougie girl? Where did she go? Well, I'm like combing the yard. Mind you, it's early. And there she is in the back of the yard, and I'm watching her. She completely scales the fence. And I'm like, okay. So I go to throw some shoes on, go to get her leash. And I meet her as she's coming through the neighbor's yard. It's the squirrels. We have a squirrel that's living in the tree, and we have possums. It doesn't help that I feed the wildlife because I feel like I'm Snow White. And so here's Hank, and then she decides she wants to take off up the block. Wasn't digging it at all. Hank is maybe 60 pounds. Hank's a female, my bougie girl. Thought it was a boy when I got her, when they were like, a couple weeks old. But anyway, my morning started out chasing her. I get her, I bring her in the house, get that all situated. Then I decide, well, I better fix the fence. Now, anybody who really, really knows me, I will attempt anything with a tool. I have no business with any tools. But here I am, I'm out there, got my zip ties, I'm looking for extra fencing, I'm trying to figure out how I can take old pieces of wood and get it jammed into the fence line where she's not going to go over. Got my zip ties, got that all situated, cut my hand. Don't really care about the nails. I mean, they look good right now, but next week they'll go and get redone and cut down because they're a haphazard to my job. It's hard to carry a tray, hard to pick anything up, and I'm not too concerned about being superficial at this point in time in life. Just want to look presentable. Want to be able to, you know, do my job and look the best I can, doing the best I can with what I have to work with. Struggling mentally, emotionally, because there is nothing going on and we are all overstimulated, sensory overload. So I get the fence all taken care of. I've zip tied everything. Get in the house. I'm like, okay, now I want to get out the door. It's like going on 10:45 in the morning. You'll hear Shug. This is what she's been doing for the last 3 days. She thinks everybody is out to get us. Lola, get in here, or Hank, get in here. Get in here, stay in here. So, Shug has her shock collar back on, and I don't have the zapper here, or I'd be like zapping her, because she just thinks literally everybody is out to get us. So I've been dealing with that. I get inside, getting myself together, getting ready to leave, and I get a notification from my mortgage company, hey, we haven't received your house payment. And I'm like, I made it. I even made it on time. Yay for me. Shug. Shug. Nellie. So I'm on the phone with the mortgage company, which that is something in itself. Hold on, you're coming with me here. We're gonna walk through the house and figure out what the hell she's barking at. Shug, that's enough. That's enough. Nobody is out there. Hang on. We're gonna go back in the other room. Come on, let's go. So, call the mortgage company. You know, and it's kind of like getting on the phone with the mortgage company because you don't know what can of worms you're starting to open. And I'm like, hey, you know, this is so-and-so, here's my account number, here's my phone number, blah, blah, blah. Just letting you know, made my house payment, but inadvertently, the bank sent the payment to the old mortgage company. So he's like, well, can you make an extra payment? No, I cannot make an extra payment. Do I look like Rockefeller to you? Do I sound like, you know, a Rothschild to you? I'm like, I now have to wait for the other mortgage company to send the payment and then I will make it to you. He says, well, you have all this equity in your home. Maybe you would like to borrow against it. No, I do not. I don't want to borrow against my home because I want out of my home. And that equity that I have in my home, I want to be able to use it for $1,000 down payment on something else if the world ever opens up. He says, let me send you over to my broker, the one who gives the loans, and maybe you can modify. I don't want to modify. I'm at a 4% interest. Why would I? What is the regular interest rate now? 6, 7, 8%? I'm content with what I got going on. So after 40 minutes of this is what happened, this is what I will do, this is letting you know, 45 minutes later, I'm on the phone with the other part of their department. He goes, why did they send you through? Don't know, misunderstanding. I'm illiterate. I don't understand what he was saying. Therefore, thank you, but I don't need you. This is what's going on. He goes, I'm so sorry for your experience. No issue, no big deal. It's business, it's the corporate world, and y'all suck. So get off the phone with him, finish continuing to get myself together, and I'm like, okay, I am now, because it was going on 12:30, quarter to 1. I'd already wanted to be out of my house earlier. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go over to my favorite produce place. I have tomatoes that are becoming very ripe in the bag that I put them in. Had so many green tomatoes, like I had said in a previous kind of video. So they're starting to turn red, and I'm like, man, well, I can take a couple of the red ones on Sunday morning before I go into the gig, and I'll make some more sauce, because I want to get kind of stocked up on the sauce thing, knowing weather is going to change. I'm going to need comfort food. I'm going to need something that is going to warm my innards, because these old bones do not like cold. Go over to the produce, got some avocados, got some eggplant, got some green onions, couple other things. Under $4, box full. Rogers Produce in Webster Groves. Go on the inside, buy their already ripe to almost overripe produce. It works beautifully. And the eggplants were huge. And the last batch of sauce I made turned out just absolutely fabulous. And I think that really is the way to go, and that may be the way I go as long as tomatoes are readily available, although I always get the canned tomatoes, the crushed tomatoes to use for my sauce. So within that, I do that, and then I'm like driving, and I'm like, what's going on with my brakes? Why do my brakes feel like there's a lull? They're lagging. What is this little grinding sound? And I'm like, would that have anything to do with why the vehicle is shaking? A vehicle I overpaid, a vehicle I really, really wanted it, because it's a cool vehicle. I love it. I got my little pink sparkly thing around the steering wheel. I've got my pink sparkly, all kinds of things around my license plates. It's perfect. Throw things in the back, want to be able to put the dogs in and go. And I'm like, why are the brakes lagging? What is this sound, and why now? Because I'm about over everything that is going on with the vehicle. From there, the produce store, dealing with, I wanted to go further into Webster, did not, because I'm like, I better get close back to home. I knew the kid wasn't home today, so that's like, who am I calling if I break down? Because he's my youngest is my go-to. So then I decide I'm going to go to Aldi's, our little, less expensive grocery store, and they're doing road work. The road's all blocked off. The cones are like whatever, and people are driving crazy. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just go and get what you need. I had my list. Needed to get some flour, some olive oil, some regular oil. Forgot my ginger. I was going to get ginger to put into my chicken soup. Got some milk. Looked at meat. Really didn't get anything today because my freezer downstairs is somewhat stocked, so I'm good with that. Knowing I have, a certain amount of money. Got paid today. My income is down about $400 this check. I was comparing to last year at this time. Get out of there. Bougie, there's nothing in there for you. The girls got into the potato bin yesterday. And I'm like, where are they? What are they doing? They were eating potatoes, raw potatoes. Yeah, that would be my dogs. So anyway, I'm like, okay, I need to go to the other bank, and I need to, make the car payment, knowing the car is, something needs to be done to it. Did all that running around kind of, after, and I'm like, oh my God, I am just so frustrated from the dog jumping the fence, the wrong mortgage company getting paid, the brakes possibly going out on the car, no alarms, no bells, no whistles. Rechecked the oil the other day because they had said, oh, you don't have a fail safe or a safe fail. You just need to check your oil to make sure you have oil in your car. Have oil in the car. It has just been life, and lifing it right now hard. Come home, get situated, did my floors, dusted. I'll do some laundry tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow. My second job, there wasn't a whole lot going on for October, so I was trying to take advantage of it. You know, want to go do something fun. But what is there to do fun? I'm talking to a friend and I'm like, hey, give me some gossip on what's going on with your crowd. Nothing. There's nothing going on with anybody because we are all in this lull of we don't know what is going on the other side of life, and we're all trying to deal with what we have to work with the best that we know how. Would like to get out and do something tomorrow. Would like to take a little drive somewhere, but knowing my vehicle, it's not in the best of shape. Probably won't be doing that. Been wanting to, start walking again. I have a trail not too far from my house that I could walk a few blocks, walk the trail. Can't even get myself out of that freeze state. Goes back to we are all overstimulated and sensory overload. So after I did all the things, cleaned my house, got it all together, did my dishes, cleaned out the dishwasher, messed with the dogs again, make sure that Hank doesn't get out of the yard, I decided I was going to do this soup. So it was just your basic stick of butter, some fresh carrots, potatoes, mushrooms, fresh garlic. Get that all sauteed, put in some chicken broth. I put the scallions in too, the green onions, and then added some water to it, brought it to a boil, and then waiting for it to simmer. I'll pull all the chicken off the bone. They were thighs. And then I will add peas to it, and I have some, I believe, spinach tortellini that I will add to that because I need the comfort. I need something that is just going to bring some sense of the world is right, because the world is not right. But what about you? How is your world? How is your world working for you? What outside circumstances have circumvented the way that you're wanting to live, and your hands are kind of tied because the world is upside down, ape shit crazy. Like I said, my income at the restaurant job in that industry is down about $400. That's not a good sign. We're going into, we're the middle of October. Before we know it, November will be here. We'll have Thanksgiving. We will have Christmas, and then anybody in the restaurant industry, January, February, March, takes another dive, and I have to be proactive and wonder what am I going to do to get me through January, February, March. I maintained barely last year. The job market, there's not a lot going on. So I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about how any of us are going to survive, how any of us are going to come out on the other side ahead. I see gas prices are coming down. What else did I see? I did notice, though, when I was at Aldi's, I did buy stuff to make bread because I do want to make bread tomorrow since I've kind of perfected it. I did see some of the grocery prices have come down. I want to get back into that cooking healthy and feeling healthy. And here's a funny, very superficial. A couple of the gals that I waited on this week, they were traveling nurses. Older gals, probably late 40s, early 50s. They were from Laurel, Mississippi, where the hometown show is. Anyway, so I'm, kind of talking to them, and the one gal proceeds to tell me she went to Turkey to have some dental work done. And I said I'd been following a couple different people on TikTok, because I swear to God, I come into any money, which I did go buy 4 lottery tickets today. I'm going to Tijuana for Botox. These puppet lines, I decided I need some kind of a lift. Some days the lines are more prevalent than other. But anyway, I digress. She says all of her dental work, and her teeth were beautiful. Beautiful. $9,000. $9,000 in Turkey versus if she would have had that done here in the States, it was like $60,000. That's what her United States dental insurance was going to bill her after whatever. She said it's ridiculous. She said the dental system is broke as much as the health system. And they were traveling nurses. But that only reaffirms that I want to go to Tijuana to get Botox. But I'm just being really, really silly about all of that because life, as it is lifing, is wearing on my nerves. It is wearing on the physical parts of my body where I just want to get up and I want to go and I want to do things, and my hands are pretty much tied. On the final note of all of this nonsense, chicken was nice and thawed, getting ready, to put it in the pan. I take that plastic wrap, throw it in the trash can, turn my back 2 seconds, and Hank, that jumped the fence this morning, decided she was going to get in the trash and ate all of that cellophane from the chicken. So now for the rest of the night, I will be watching her to make sure that she is okay, because she is my bougie girl. She sticks to me like glue, and she's always wondering why we are not in our chair, because that wingback that I bought about a month back, she thinks it belongs to her, and she just lets me sit in it. But I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what's going on. How are you adapting and managing in this crazy, crazy life that we are all living on this planet right now? But I'm Kitryn Marie, an artist, writer, speaker, life and a business coach, teach a variety of art enrichment classes, personal development classes. Want to know, what are you doing? What are you planning for the winter? How will you get through it? Daylight savings starts, the second week in November. Don't know why we still have it. But for today, for tomorrow, be happy, be blessed, be thankful for everything. Fate turns on a dime. It is up to you to decide what side of the coin you want to be on. Smart choices, happy choices, fight, flight, freeze. It's time for all things new and healthy. And if you were stuck in any kind of a system and you can withdraw from it, do yourself a favor, withdraw from the system, because if enough people all withdraw from it, the outside entities have no other way but to fix what they broke. Y'all take care, and I'll see you real soon.